Hello and welcome to November 2023's 5-day free and live workshop, Get Unfucked. If you missed it live on Instagram or if you just want to listen to it in your ear again, we have it right here for you on the podcast. Okay. And as you know, on the 5th day of Get Unfucked, which is this Sunday, November 19th, doors to the Unfuck Yourself Academy, November 2023, open and you can enroll. Now, if you are on the waitlist for UIA, then you get access to a special code for $400 off of UIA the first 48 hours. And you also get early enrollment a few hours before it actually opens. Either way, enjoy this year's November 2023 free and live workshop, Get Unfucked. I have it right here for you to listen to. Let's get into it. Okay, I am so fucking excited to have everyone here. If you are new to our community, to this work, to what I do, I'm Allie. It's incredible to meet you. I am an intuitive, I am a medium, I am an energetic healer, and I have also trained the past 8 years in neuroscience, neurolinguistic programming, and how to essentially reprogram the brain to access the soul's greatest potential. So I combine intuition, energetic healing, neuroscience, and neurolinguistic programming to get you connected, remembering who your soul is, getting your energetic state right, and rewiring the brain to access the soul's greatest potential and unfuck yourself from any limitation in the past that has held you back, okay? So all of these limitations in the past are not your fault, okay? The trauma that our soul has chosen to been through, we're gonna go over this on day 3. Our soul actually chose that for a reason, and that's on day 3. We'll get into that. However, we get these limiting beliefs and these programs put onto us from parents or whoever raised us, and from the influences just that we have grown up around and paid attention to in life. And then what happens is we take on their limiting beliefs. We take on their map of reality. And their map of reality becomes our map of reality. And so what happens is we take on this generational trauma that's was never even ours to begin with. So some of the things that I have been able to shift through and completely heal using this work are things like an eating disorder, asthma, like insane anxiety, sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental emotional abuse, all of these like insanely low trash can self-image, all of these things I have been able to actually not just learn how to like cope with or deal with, but actually set myself free and clear of once we take responsibility for them. So if we live life in the blame game, it's basically like drinking your own poison but expecting the other person to die. That is only hurting you. Hi, Kendall Queen. That is only hurting you, right? Holding on to these things of like, oh, I'm so mad at my mom or my dad or my this or that or whoever for doing this to me. Unfortunately, it's not, you holding on to that isn't helping you in any way, and it's definitely not like showing them anything. So we're going to start to unbecome and pull off those limiting things that were never yours to begin with. Now, what's really cool about this is we don't have to go back and relive the past or relive all of these experiences. We can just acknowledge the feeling, and we can then start to shift the feeling. We can start to shift the neural pathways in the brain. Our neural pathways are connected to our fight or flight responses in the body. Okay, so until we are actually shifting the neural pathways, nothing else will work. Nothing else will work. There's incredible healing modalities all around. However, I find, and a lot of the clients who find me find, that it's a temporary fix. People come to me, they say years of therapy did absolutely nothing compared to one session or compared to Unfuck Yourself Academy, or even this free workshop, Get Unfucked. If you don't know, Unfuck Yourself Academy opens on day 5 of Get Unfucked. We'll get into that later. So people say all the time that years and years of therapy or whatever doesn't compare to this. It's because we're actually reprogramming the brain. We are suffocating the old limiting neural pathways and we are building new expansive neural pathways. Our neural pathways are connected to our fight or flight response system. So if something goes on and it triggers maybe a low sense of confidence in you, or maybe a low sense of self-image in you, or thinking that you need to lose weight or gain weight or whatever it is, that is because you have a neural pathway that is conditioned to be highly critical of yourself in that area. We have to learn to suffocate those, and we have to start to learn how to build new ones. And until we do that, nothing else, this is science, this is neuroscience, nothing else will work. Because UIA is life skills forever. Thank you, Sam. Sam was in last round of UIA. It's not going to work because even things like meditating, incredible. Meditating is an incredible tool. Definitely recommend. Things like therapy. Therapy can help, but talk therapy, you're just talking and you're reiterating the same story on yourself. And if you want to live a different story, you can't be in the frequency of the old story. So that's also not going to be the most effective, right? For someone who is desiring to create a completely different story. Even things out there like plant medicines or anything like that, incredible tools. However, if you find yourself never feeling fully healed from that, it's because there's other tools to start to implement, and those tools are the rewiring of the brain. You can come to all of these incredible ideas and knowledge during any of these other things, meditations, plant medicine, channeling, intuition, whatever. But if we are not actually rewiring the brain to access the things that we have channeled or the feelings we have channeled, we're gonna start to fall back right to where we were before. So all of these other things are great. I lived my whole life channeling things. I could channel till the cows come home, but if I'm not reprogramming my neural pathways around what I'm channeling for myself, then it is not going to be as effective and work as quick as it could. And if you find yourself, maybe you are doing intuitive reads on yourself, maybe you are meditating, maybe you are taking plant medicine, maybe you are channeling, maybe you're doing X, Y, and Z, but you only get that feeling when you're doing those things, and then you kind of fall back into those old feelings. That's a telling sign neural pathways need to be rewired. It is time to actually rewire the neural pathways. So what I do is we get you honed in. We have intuition in here on day 4, I think. I can't remember what day we're doing intuition here, but we get you honed in on your intuition. And then through your intuition, you get to learn how to kind of navigate healing yourself and what specific neural pathways you get to reprogram to access the greatest soul potential that you know and feel deep down there is in you. And what happens is we can get so self-aware of what's going on. We can be the most self-aware fucking person to ever walk the planet. But if we don't have the right tools for us, then we're gonna feel stuck. We're gonna feel like we're doing something wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. We just haven't been taught the right tools. We're not taught this in school. It's not your fault. However, we're gonna learn some tools now that are going to be highly effective in getting the results and the outcomes that you desire in life, okay? So this whole workshop and all of Unfcked Yourself Academy that doors open for on day 5 of this workshop is going to be geared toward the rewiring of your brain, the reprogramming of your nervous system, and the accessing of your own intuition to be your own authority in life. Because what happens is there's no one size fits all way of living, being, or acting upon. So knowing how to access your own intuition on just with a snap of the finger, like at any time you desire to, is going to allow you to channel what you need to do energetically and what actions you can take physically to get the outcome that you're desiring to get on a soul level. It also is going to teach you how to tap into the language of your soul, even get clear on what soul even is here to do and what soul desires. okay? Because I'll tell you right now, anything that your soul desires, it's not on accident. Your soul very much created those desires on purpose for a purpose. In Latin, desire is a derivative meaning of the Father. So that means that anything that you desire, not from an ego space, but on a soul level, from that authentic soul place, anything you desire is literally already yours. We think it's out here. We think it's on a pedestal. We think it's over there, but it's not. It is already within you. Everything you need is already within you. Before our soul gets here on earth in a human body, like I've said, I have been doing intuitive medium work since I've been like 5 years old. It just kind of like happened one day. Past like 8 to 9 years, I've been really like studying, honing in, mastering intuition, okay? And I've read a lot of souls, and I've talked to a lot of souls, both here on earth and who've crossed over. And all of those souls, every single fucking soul, and that's a lot of souls, have showed me that before they come here on earth in a human body, they create a contract with source energy. And in that contract is written every single fucking thing that their soul is here to do. And that's where your desires come from. It's already within you. The only thing in the way of your desires, where you desire to be, and where you are now is our own limiting beliefs, is our own limiting shit and lies that we have decided to take on and adopt from the influences and upbringing that we have experienced in life. And we've decided it's the truth. Plot twist. If it doesn't feel good and if it feels limiting inside you, it is not the truth. If it doesn't feel good and it feels limiting inside the body, it makes you feel closed, it makes you feel icky, it is not your ultimate truth. So we are going to start to connect you back to that authenticity of who your soul is. This is not about changing yourself. The last thing you're gonna get in here is me telling you what to fucking do. You're going to begin to meet yourself again. You are going to get back to all of the incredible, incredible potential that your soul holds and purpose that you have. It is limitless. And once we can just tap into that on a daily basis at any time and bring in the physical world of neuroscience and get your brain and subconscious mind on board with that, fucking game changing. Here's why we have to get our subconscious mind on board. Our conscious mind and our subconscious mind speak two totally different languages. This one speaks Greek, this one speaks Spanish. They're not speaking the same. They can't communicate. So if we are consciously, we're gonna go into like a neuroscience lesson, little science. If you would have asked me in high school if I'd be teaching a science lesson right now, I would have laughed in your face. This is like kind of funny. So science in high school, not for me. Neuroscience, yes. So conscious mind, subconscious mind, two different languages, two different things going on. Conscious mind is what we logically know. Subconscious mind is our emotions and our nervous system. It's our fight or flight response. We can logically know that we don't need to have anxiety, but we're having anxiety and experiencing it, right? We can logically know we're safe, but we're feeling unsafe. We're experiencing it. Who has had that before? Comment in this section. Who has felt that before? Like you logically know something and you're like, this is so weird. Like I logically know this, but you're still getting this feeling back here and it's still running your life. Subconscious mind runs our fucking life, whether we are aware of it or not. So we can logically know things. We can even channel things and see things and clairvoyant, clairaudient, whatever, and see these incredible things. But if we don't get the neural pathways caught up, then it's not going to do anything for us long term. We can have that temporary high, but then we have the crash because it's not sustainable. So what we are doing is we are targeting the subconscious. Feeding you facts won't really do you any good. It's great to know facts, but we have to embody them, right? The subconscious is connected to the emotions. Once our emotions are connected, that's how we shift. That's how the cells in the body shift. That's how the electromagnetic field, the field that radiates off of us, shifts. It's how the nervous system shifts. It's how the neural pathways shift. Okay? So if we are doing affirmations, we're talking to conscious mind. We are going, I'm so beautiful, I'm so beautiful, I'm so beautiful, I'm so beautiful. Your brain, your subconscious going, no, I'm not, no, I'm not, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. And then you end up like feeling worse than you did before you started the affirmations. Who has felt that before? You try to do affirmations and then you actually feel worse than you did before you started them. Because then you think like, oh my God, it didn't work for me. Like I'm fucked up, I messed up. I'm the problem. You're not the problem. They're just the tools aren't the most aligned tools and most efficient tools that you could be using, okay? So instead what we are going to do is yep, I know, who else? I've done it too, like we've all fucking done it. So we are going to use brain reprogramming statements instead of affirmations this whole week long. And we do this in Unfcked Yourself Academy. So instead of if we're going, I'm a billionaire, I'm a billionaire, I'm a billionaire, I'm a billionaire, your brain's going, no, I'm not, no, I'm not, no, I'm not, no, I'm not. And then you end up feeling more like broke than you did when you started that affirmation. Like, who has fucking been there? It's because subconscious mind, conscious mind, two different languages. We've got to train the subconscious. How we train the subconscious is that we turn it into a brain reprogramming statement. So instead of a statement like, let's use, I'm a billionaire. I'm a billionaire, right? That's a little hard to prove to ourselves if we're used to feeling lack with money. So what about instead, every day I am seeing how there is more and more abundance around me. That you can get behind because that you can prove to yourself. How can you prove it to yourself? Let's do it together right now. Every day I am seeing how there's more and more abundance around me. There's an abundance of grass outside. There's an abundance of air to breathe. If I calculated up every single thing I'm wearing thousands of dollars. Calculate the home or apartment or wherever you live. How much money are you just fucking surrounded by? Calculate the fucking coffee you were able to get today. The stranger who maybe bought your coffee. You're calculating micro moments. What's the car you drive? You're looking at $1,000 right now. You're obviously watching this on your phone or your laptop. That's at least 1K. You're literally looking at money. You can touch it. If you reach out, touch your phone, you're touching it. That is now proving it to yourself. When we prove it to ourselves, our subconscious mind is like, hey, I like proof and I like things that are familiar. So if our familiar in our brain is lack, or critique of ourselves, or I'm too fat, I'm too ugly, I'm too this, whatever's familiar in yourself is what subconscious mind is going to continue to scan the reality around you and prove back to you. It's gonna scan, it's gonna go beep, 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 beep. Oh, another reason to lack, beep, beep, beep. Oh, another reason to hate myself, beep, beep, beep. Oh, another reason I think I'm fat. And it's gonna like just scan, okay? But it doesn't have to. We can shift how this thing is going. This is just responding to us, okay? So we shift this by proving it to ourselves. So right now, I want you to type in here one way that you're abundant right now. You're staring at $1,000 phone. Maybe calculate like how much money you're literally just wearing. Maybe like if you get your hair done, like how much was your hair? Your head has money on it. If you get your nails done, your nails have money on it. If you're just in some kind of apartment or house or hut or tent or wherever, that costs money. Doesn't matter if you didn't pay for it, you're literally living in money. Paid off my credit card today? Fuck yes, you did. Abundant in friendships? Yes. Just booked a cruise? Yes. Incredible. Got a new pink phone? Yes, a pink phone. Clothes you're wearing? Yes. Thousands of dollars I'm looking at around my house. Groceries? Yes. This is what we're doing. We're proving it to ourselves. Home? Good. Brand new home. Oh my God, incredible. Car? Yes. Car, depending on how much it is, you're just driving around fucking... I mean, cars aren't cheap. Like, you're probably driving around at least $7,000 in your car, at least minimum, and that's like probably a really old car. Yummy food, buying a new home, just bought a car, got a new iPad, jewelry, yes. Abundant in my home life. Yes, 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 yes. And all of these things, I got myself feeling in safety and relationships, incredible, incredible, good. So all of these things, you can feel at any time. I got myself feeling abundant when I had zero negative dollars in my bank account and I was digging for quarters in my car to put gas in it to get home. I got myself feeling abundant. How? Because it's a feeling. We don't need things to feel a feeling. The things are a physical manifestation of the feeling. Okay? And if we get things without feeling the feeling, we either live our life feeling like we don't have it and in anxiety, or we lose it, or we live our life miserable and can't even enjoy the things we're manifesting. Okay? So, subconscious mind likes to be proved things. When we prove things to us in those little micro moments every day and we clock it, now we start to create a new neural pathway. What happens when we start to create a new neural pathway? My hair's in my face. What happens when we start to create a new neural pathway? The old one of lack, I'm just using money, but this is with anything, okay? The old one of lack starts to get smaller. It starts to shrink. It starts to shrink, and now we're building the new one of, oh my God, I'm abundant here, abundant here, abundant here, here, here. 20 times of doing something creates a new neural pathway. 40 times makes it a habit. 60 times solidifies the neural pathway. But you got to take your brain to brain gym. Just like how you go to the gym and you got to lift the weights and all the things. If you want a nice ass, you got to keep doing the squats. If you stop doing the squats, your ass starts to get flat, right? If we stop reprogramming the neural pathway starts to shrink. So this is like a lifelong journey of constantly building this neural pathway. But what happens, confidence is tomorrow. We're doing a whole self-image day tomorrow. But what happens is we build, then it becomes non-declarative in us, a non-declarative memory. What a non-declarative memory is, that is just how you are. Think about if you're someone who goes to the gym, or if you're someone who has any kind of habit of creating something, eating healthy, whatever it is. Let's use going to the gym because it makes the most sense. If you're constantly going to the gym, it gets easier. It's a little hard at first. Your body is not used to it, but it gets easier. And then lifting that heavy weight or doing that crazy cardio or whatever it is becomes easier, and it becomes something that you're just embodied. You just are able to do. That is how neural pathways work too. We've got to take our brain to brain gym. We've got to keep proving whatever we want to feel to the neural pathway. Keep finding it, scan, find it, prove it to yourself, connect your emotions. We connect our emotions, we connect our heart brain. Our brain has a heart too. We connect our heart brain, that is when we shift. That is when we shift. That is when we start to feel better. We scan, we get it, we pinpoint, we micro-moment, clock, all day long, notice it. And we do that for a long time, every day, all the time, repetition. It becomes non-declarative. Non-declarative memory means that is just how you are. You don't have to think about it. It is just how you now be. You have changed and reconstructed your brain. I used to be incredibly hard on myself, criticize myself till the cows came home. Everything I did, it could have been better. It could have been this. I could look better. I could be better. I could do better. Oh my God, if you're constantly trying to be better, when are you ever going to be good enough? You won't. If you don't feel good enough now, you're never going to fucking feel good enough. You never will. It doesn't matter what, I've done it. It doesn't matter what the fuck you get on the external world. If you try and solve the problem of unworthiness by trying to find things to feel worthy, you're still going to feel more unworthy. External things, they do not make us feel better or heal us. They amplify how we already feel. External things amplify how we already feel. Money is an amplifier. Success, whatever success looks like to you, is an amplifier. Relationships are an amplifier. You think the relationship's going to heal you? It won't. It'll put all your wounds in your face. Crying already. Amazing. Good. If emotions are coming out, let them. This is good. They're releasing from the body. Incredible. We cannot solve a problem in which the same frequency that problem was created in. We cannot solve a problem in which the same frequency that problem was created. If we feel unworthy and we think looking a certain way, getting a certain thing, getting a relationship, getting a certain amount of money, whatever the fuck it is going to make us feel better, it doesn't. I've tried. We can manifest those things, but what is the point if we can't enjoy them? We've got to get this right first, and then we can manifest from a place of balance. When we manifest from a place of balance, one, we get to enjoy the things. Two, we already feel enough as is. We can simultaneously feel more than enough and feel incredibly grateful and also desire a new expanded version at the same time. But if we create things from not feeling enough, when will you ever fucking feel enough then? I thought I'd feel enough when I got certain things. I didn't. I was in my like beautiful luxury new Dallas apartment, floor to ceiling windows, best views of Dallas, moving from LA, going to Dallas, like insane, like 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, all to myself. Like, oh my God, I finally was able to manifest one of my dream apartments, like in this high-rise building with all these the gorgeous views. What am I doing? I'm fucking hysterically crying in a ball on the floor in the bathroom floor of it. That apartment did not heal my self-worth and self-image wounds. It actually amplified them because I was confused why I still had them once I like had this beautiful thing. It doesn't do it. And when will you ever be enough if you're not fucking enough right now? Why are you doing things throughout the day? Is it to check off a list and just feel like this temporary high of feeling good? Because that Band-Aid, that temporary high Band-Aid, that's gonna fall off. That's gonna peel off in a few days, and then you have a crash. And you gotta go do it again to feel good. Gotta put the Band-Aid on, then falls off in a few days, and then you have a crash. When we rewire the subconscious mind, and tomorrow's more on like self-image and self-love and worthiness and feeling good, so we're gonna do that a lot tomorrow. But when we rewire the subconscious mind to already feel like we already are enough, imagine the fucking things you can create from that space. When we are connected to our own value, just innate worthiness, just like we are worthy because we are. It's not a question of if we are worthy or we're not worthy. It's dropping that whole concept altogether. We cannot create a new reality from the same emotion and frequency of emotion that we created the old one. We can't solve a problem from the same frequency and emotion that created the problem. If we feel unworthy and we try and go do external things, change this, change that, get this, get that to feel worthy, we are trying to solve our worthiness problem by feeling unworthy, and it's never going to solve the problem. What solves and shifts the problem is by understanding we are just worthy because we are here. Souls are fighting every single day up there in a human body, fighting to get in to a human body. They're fighting every day up in spirit land, fighting to get into a human body. I see it constantly. You have a better chance at winning the lottery than your soul does getting in a human body on earth. The fact that you are here is you're already incredibly successful. Like, what the fuck more do you need? If you can feel successful just because of that, imagine what you can create outside of you. Imagine what you can create in your life. You're just fucking worthy because you're here. Look at a newborn baby. When a baby's born, we fucking love that thing. We love it. We get them gifts, we feed them, we wake up with them in the middle of the night, we travel all across the lands to go see them. We think it's the cutest thing they see, and all the baby does is eat, sleep, and shit. But that baby is so worthy of our love and attention. Do we not give them all the love and attention? Why? Why are they worthy of it? Because they're here, because they arrived on earth. You were a baby once too. You were a baby once too. What has changed? What has changed between when you were a baby and now? Nothing about your worth, and everything about what you've been programmed to believe. But are those programs true? Or are they designed to keep you away from your power? So to rewire the subconscious mind, and in Unfcked Yourself Academy, we have like 3 modules like all in this, like 40 minutes each, like it's a full situation. Unfortunately, I don't have like all that time today. But to rewire the subconscious mind, what feeling do you desire to feel? We never want the actual thing. We want the feeling it thinks it's going to bring us. Okay? We don't want money. We want to feel safety, security, powerful, whatever. We don't want the boyfriend, girlfriend. We want to feel loved, nurtured, whatever else. Every time I hear this, need to be reminded daily I'm worthy. Yeah, you fucking are. Literally, we're just worthy because it's not a question of worthiness or unworthiness. It's dropping that whole concept all together. Dropping that whole concept all together. You changed my life. That 100 out of 10 recommend. Thank you. Michaela, who just wrote that, got off her antidepressant medicine within like 3 months of being on Unfuck Yourself Academy. She's like killing it. And started a business and left a toxic relationship and moved. So she's obviously thriving. So whatever you desire to feel, start to notice and pinpoint everywhere where it is in your world. So let's say you desire to feel valuable. Make a note in your phone, call it value. Now you're going to every day, all day, train your subconscious mind to scan all the ways that you feel valuable. Little tiny micro moments. We don't want to wait for the big things because we'll then rely on them too much. We'll put them on a pedestal and then we'll never get them. The little tiny ways in which you feel valuable. Well, you won the race of the souls and you're here on earth. So that's a fucking I'd say you're pretty successful already. Like if you're trying to feel success, like just remember that. But value, scan value. Oh my gosh, I smiled at that girl who gave me coffee and she smiled back. I just brought value to her day. Tiny things. Connecting to just your innate value. How is just you being you a value to people? How is your just personality, the attributes, and we're going to get more into the attributes and self-image tomorrow, but how is that just bringing value to people's lives? And every little day, scan micro moments of how you feel valuable. You're training that neural pathway to get bigger, while simultaneously crushing and suffocating the critique neural pathway, the one of not feeling worthy, not feeling valuable. So it's going like, or it's kind of going like that. And this one's gonna die off eventually. Now this one's non-declarative. Now that's just how you be. When I was working through self-image stuff of like, God, I would be so hard on myself. I had to train my brain. And it was hard at first. It's like going to the gym for the first time ever. It ain't fucking easy. It's not easy. You gotta go and you're like, ugh, and like lift the thing. It's not easy, but it gets easier and easier. So I would start to look in the mirror and I would train myself to praise myself for the littlest things. Allie, I'm so proud of you for brushing your teeth today. Allie, I'm so proud of you for getting in bed today. Allie, I'm so proud of you for just being the person you were to that girl at the coffee shop. She looked like she really needed a hug and gave her a hug. Allie, I'm so proud of you. And I would just little tiny things, little tiny examples every single day. Every single day. And I would train myself to praise myself in my head. It was hard at first. It was hard the second day. It was hard the third day. It was hard the first 4 months. It was probably hard the first 5 months. I can't really remember. But after repetition, I just started to naturally do it. Now it's non-declarative in me. Now that's just how my brain is wired. It's just how I'm trained. Now if I have a weird thought about myself, it's like a fucking unidentified object that's in my body. And like, I notice it right away and it's like really weird to me. It's really weird to me. It's like, what's the word? Like unnatural. I don't know. I'm missing the word. It's like not it. It is not it. And I notice it right away. And so I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Don't beat myself up for it. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Like, why is it coming up? Like, that's the ultimate truth. And I'll teach you how to like talk yourself out of it too. But now if that comes up, which is very rare, I notice it right away because it's not just how I'm used to being. Some of us don't even realize how fucking hard we are on ourselves because it's just foreign. That's what it is. Thank you. Foreign object. Thank you. You guys, telepathy. You read my mind. Yeah, it's like a foreign object in my body, that like weird thing that's coming up. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. So now I am just literally non-declarative memory wired to just be that way because I have trained my brain to. I took my brain to brain gym and I rewired the subconscious. Is noticing the things enough, or do we need to write them down, journal, speak about them? I like to write them in my phone and I just clock it. So I just use a notes app in my phone. I title it however I want to feel. So I do one for financial abundance. I've done one for love. I've done one for nurtured. I've done one for anything you want, any feeling you're feeling like you're lacking. You're not, because energy is not created or destroyed. It just changes forms. You're just not seeing where it is. So you're going to train yourself to scan the room and find where it actually is. So anything you feel that you are lacking, or feel like you're really desiring to feel, make a note of it in your phone. And then I just bullet point, just like micro moments every single day, little tiny things. I did a session the other day with an incredible lady who's actually in here, and we were talking about how to clock and prove to ourselves that people have our best interest, because she was working through a limiting belief of everyone's out to get her. And so I was like, okay, that's not the ultimate truth. Let's look at how people have your best interest. And I said, did you get a coffee this morning? And she said, yeah. I go, are you poisoned? And she goes, no. I go, are you still alive? She goes, yeah. I go, do you think they had your best interest in pouring you the coffee? She was like, yeah. Little things. I didn't get poisoned drinking my coffee today. I ate my lunch and I'm still living. Someone held the door for me. They had my best interest right in that second. Little tiny things. And the more we focus on the little things, she goes, no more. The more we focus on the little things, the more we focus on them, the more we focus on them, the more they build up, and it creates overflow. And then we start to create a new reality. All your reality is what you believe to be true about yourself and about the world. All a belief is a repetitive thought that we have over and over and over again. Our thoughts create our belief system creates our reality. If we don't like our reality, what do? We change the thought. Think about it like this. There's millions of different songs that exist all at once. Songs are like the quantum field, literally science, quantum field. In quantum field, science says all possibilities are available at one time. So the version of you who has everything you desire is available. The version of you who is fucked is available. The version of you who is not thriving is available. The version of you who's thriving is available, all at the same time. It's all existing all at the same time in the quantum field. This is like science, girl math, but actually science. They all exist in the quantum field. Think of it like a song. You're listening to a song. There's millions of songs in the world, but you can only listen to one song at one time. If you're tired of the song, what do you have to do? You change the song. If you're tired of this certain reality, what do you have to do? You change the channel. You change the quantum field possibility to a new one. How do we do that? How do we change our reality? Who remembers? How do we change our reality? Who remembers? Changing our beliefs. How do we change our beliefs? Changing our thoughts. To create a new quantum field, or jump into a new quantum field, the most helpful girl math. Yes, my goal in life. to create a new quantum field, or to jump into the new quantum field possibility for yourself, we start by shifting our thoughts. How do we shift our thoughts? Asking ourselves, how do we want to feel? And now start to prove to ourselves every day how we feel that. Now our thoughts are now going, oh, I feel that way here. I feel that way here. I felt that way here. I felt that way here. I felt that way here. The next day, I felt that way here. I felt that way here. I felt that way here. The next day, I felt that way here. And now you're building the neural pathway. That is your now belief system. Okay, it takes 40 times of doing something to make it a habit, 60 times to solidify it, make it a belief system. Now that it's a belief system, now that's what's going to be created into your reality. We cannot experience anything in our reality that we don't already feel. Tried this in therapy and couldn't get it, but Ali explains it 1,000 times better. Thank you so much. This is my life's work. I've really trained myself in this, so thank you. Okay. Now, oh my God, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? So we have to, thank you guys, thank you. you guys distract me in the compliments. I appreciate the comments, so please keep sending them because I keep loving reading them. Amazing, I love this. Thank you. I'm really glad this is helpful because I've spent now 8 years at this point, like studying. This is my life's work, training, studying in this, plus really mastering my intuition. And I am giving you 8 years of work just handed over right now. And in UIA, you get 8 years of my like deepest discoveries and what worked. I weeded out what doesn't. And it is just there for you in 24 weeks of the Unfuck Yourself Academy. So I'm so glad you guys are loving this and enjoying it. This is how we actually manifest and shift and heal. Okay? We have a whole healing the trauma day on day 3, I believe. So we'll get more into that there. But this is how, this is neuroscience, how the laws of neuroscience work, how to actually reprogram the brain. It's very simple, very, very simple. So what I want us to really think about is, let's pick one, let's start with one feeling that we want to feel. And let's start to find ways to, starting now, to prove that to ourselves every single day. Once that neural pathway is solidified, it then gets programmed into our electromagnetic field. Our EMF field, electromagnetic field, is the energy field that radiates around us. I like to call it our creator field. I call it our creator field because whatever is programmed in that field, whatever beliefs are programmed into that field are what we're going to create in our external reality. Okay? So that is what you're going to get back from people. Now, this leads into the law of reflections, one of my favorite universal laws. We talk about a lot of the universal laws in Unfuck Yourself Academy, but let's learn one today. One of my favorite universal laws is the law of reflections. I think I don't know if that's like what the actual law is called, but I decided that sounds better. So the law of reflections, what I call reflections, are how you are being toward yourself is what you're going to experience people, situations, circumstances, and events being toward you in your reality. If you find that people are not seeing your value, if you find people are highly critical of you, if you find you constantly find yourself in situations where you're like, oh, this didn't work again, or whatever it is, or if you find you're jumping from relationship to relationship, like feeling the same feelings that the last one brought you, just in a new person, or you're finding like no matter what job or thing you try, you're always met with like doubting yourself. It's reflections. However you feel about yourself, whatever you believe to be true about the world is what you are going to create back. We cannot experience anything in the world that we don't feel. Okay? If you told me, Allie, this is the ugliest fucking black blazer I've ever seen, I'd be like, that makes no sense. It's fucking pink. I'm confused. I don't know what you're saying. I wouldn't take anything personally. It wouldn't affect me. If you said, Allie, that's the fucking ugliest pink blazer I've ever seen, I might get a little offended because I'm like, hey, I love this blazer. It's so cute. Because I'm identifying with the fact I'm wearing a pink blazer. Because I am, right? If someone criticizes you and it triggers you, there's a part of you that believes them. There's a part of you that believes them. If it didn't trigger you, then you wouldn't believe them, right? So that is what I call the law of reflections. I use the law of reflections to create and heal and manifest every single thing in my entire life. I think about what the future version of myself who has the thing that I desire to have feels, and I start to feel those things now. When I feel those things now, I then create a reality that amplifies those feelings. But have you ever met someone? Have you ever been with a friend and you met someone and your friend has a totally different perspective of the person you met than you? You guys have two totally different opinions of the person that you just met. Or maybe you and your friend go to an event or a situation or a movie and your friend and you have two totally different opinions of that event, situation, or movie. Who has that happened to? Who has that happened to? It's because you guys are perceiving reality, the same thing that's going on, but through your own individual maps of reality. You're seeing it through your map of reality. Your friend's seeing it through me. Good. Your friend's seeing it through their map of reality. Yes, yep, good, yep, good. See, you guys are experiencing two different maps of reality, but the same fucking thing is happening. You're in the same event, you're seeing the same person, but you're experiencing two totally different things. That is based on your belief systems. That is based on what you believe to be true about the world. And if you don't like it, you can shift. So for reflections, if I used to deal with this one a lot, but I've really shifted it and healed this, but I used to feel like people didn't see my value. I used to feel like people underestimated me. I used to feel like people didn't think I was smart, X, Y, Z. I used to feel like they didn't see my value. And what would happen is because I felt that way, I would manifest situations and people to prove that back to me. I would experience my reality in that way, okay? Now, what's really important to know about reflections are just going to make you an energy match because it's going to be broadcasted into your electromagnetic field, and it's going to make you an energy match for people who are already going through their own things. So if you're highly critical of yourself, you're going to be an energy match for someone who's highly critical of themselves, and you'll be an energy match for them to project that onto you, okay? They're highly critical of themselves. Yes, they're projecting, but oh no, I lost you guys. But they're projecting, but you are a match for it because you're a magnet to it because you're being highly critical of yourself. If you want Bob over here to stop being critical toward you, then what do we have to do? We have to stop being critical toward ourselves. One of two things will happen. Bob will just stop taking it out on you and he'll go take it out on someone else who it's radiating from their field, who's critical of themselves. Or Bob might also get inspired just by you naturally to also shift himself. Okay, so that's how we can shift and create and make ourselves the main character of our fucking life using reflections. Bob, move along, 100%. But what's great is we don't even have to say anything to Bob. We can shift ourselves. Bob will just naturally stop taking out the reflections on his shit on you. And if he doesn't, you'll feel neutral and it won't bother you. You will be so unbothered, so unaffected, and from a neutral place, you can then move on from Bob. Okay? So we are responsible for creating everything around us. If you don't like what you've created, shift it. We can take our power back and we can shift. The first step in this, though, is taking full radical responsibility for the life we've created. Not about blaming ourselves, okay? Because we should have, could have, would have, like, that's bullshit. We did the best with what we could, with what we knew at that time, okay? So it's not about blaming ourselves. It is not our fault. But if we want different, if we desire different, if we know there's more meant for us in our soul, then we can choose differently. How do we choose differently? By taking full responsibility, full acceptance of the reality that we have created. We go, okay, I don't like this. I'm clearly the common denominator. Okay? What within me is attracting this? We then ask the question to figure out your reflection. We ask the question, how, and we have a full module on reflections in UI where we dive way deeper into this, but ask the question, how do I feel like they're being? However you feel like they're being, you are then somewhere in your life, in some area of your life, one or more areas of your life, being that way toward yourself. Okay? You shift the way you're being toward yourself. You're going to then shift the way people treat you. You're going to shift the people you find yourself around. We all want these big things. We all want the man who's the healthy masculine man. We all want the woman who's the healthy feminine woman. We all want the fucking money. We all want the this, the that, the brand, the business, the thing. Are we a match to that though? Do we value ourselves? Do we feel incredible high sense of self-image? Do we feel abundant? Like, are we a match to those things? Are we committing to ourselves like we want a man or relationship to commit to us? right? So we've got to start to think about these things. What is the version of you who has the thing you want? How do they feel? And now do this one at a time, but now start to find and pinpoint that feeling, how that feeling is in every single day and area and way of your life. This is how you quantum leap your reality. Crystals are great. Writing something down on paper 20 million times is great. Not shitting on any of that stuff, but that stuff only works because of you. You hold the power. You don't have to do that stuff. You hold the power in the reprogramming of your subconscious mind and what you believe to be true about yourself, your life, and what's available to you. Okay? So we have learned your teachings are such breath of fresh air. Like I've been lied to my whole life, and you're finally speaking the truth. Incredible. I'm glad. Good. Thank you. What we're gonna do, homework. Focus on one feeling that you desire to feel. And you're gonna start, you gotta report back to me tomorrow, so you gotta do this today. What we focus on, we get more of. So you're gonna start to pinpoint where that is every single area and way of your life and clock it in your phone. Just make a bullet point list, okay? And start small. Remember, I got myself feeling abundant with negative dollars and digging for quarters to pay for gas, all right? I was driving like a Hyundai around. It was at least $14,000, I think. I can't remember. And I was like, I'm driving in 14K right now. I'm wearing X amount of money. Like I would drive, I lived in LA at the time, I would like just drive through Beverly Hills. I'm driving through billions of dollars right now. It's fucking everywhere. It's just our perception's not seeing it. Energy can't be destroyed. Energy can't be destroyed or created. It just changes form. So there is a form of that energy you desire somewhere around you. We've just got to train our brain to see it. What are some of the ways I can clock moments to feel that I am chosen? Good. So you desire to feel chosen. So maybe you desire to feel committed to and chosen. So where every day are you choosing yourself? Okay. I choose myself by feeding myself healthy foods this morning. I choose myself by committing to going to the gym today like I said I would yesterday. I choose myself by allowing myself to rest because I was tired. I choose myself by allowing myself to watch a nice movie and snuggle up and eat popcorn because that sounded like a great time for me. I chose myself by baking the chocolate cake because I wanted chocolate cake and I committed to making chocolate cake and I ate it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like literally everything. Literally start to see how every day, because you're already doing these things, we just think we're not. We're already doing it. We just think we're not. You know what I mean? We've got to train our brain to see that we already are. Commit to yourself. Yeah, if you don't feel committed to, whether it's like in your business, people like don't pay you and they'd rather pay someone else first, or it's in relationships, or it's in friendships, where can you be committing to yourself more? Oh my gosh. Amazing. Good. So write in your questions. Can you talk about the energetic boob job? Like, how do you define those feelings? Good. So energetic boob job is a whole different story. You can find that in Glow Formula. That's a whole process, but it works. It works. So write in some questions, and that's your homework. And then homework is to also find one reflection that's been going on. What's one pattern you notice and you're like, why does this keep happening? How do you feel like they are being? You ask yourself, where am I being this way toward myself? And find that. Okay. And then from there, where am I being this way toward myself? What do I need to do emotionally to shift? And what can I do physically to shift? Because we are spiritual beings living on earth in a human body. We need 100% of the emotional, energetic, and 100% of the physical. Okay? That's what made me inspired to combine intuition, the energetics, spirituality, and neuroscience, a very physical human thing, right? We need both to fully see a result because we are energetic beings, but we are here on earth in a human body. Our soul wanted to be back here on earth. If it didn't want to experience the human experience, it wouldn't have come back. If it wanted complete peace and full alignment, it wouldn't have come back to earth. So it's thriving here on earth, even if you feel like you're not right now. Soul is loving it. So when you ask for the reflections, how do I feel like they're being? Where am I being this way toward myself? And can you summarize our homework one more time? Oh my God, yes. Okay, so let's go over the homework. So homework is, think of a feeling you desire to feel. You've been like really wanting to feel this feeling. Maybe you've been searching for this feeling in your partner. Maybe you've been searching for this feeling in a business. Maybe you've been searching for this feeling in money. What feeling do you really want to feel right now? And you're going to write it in your notes. So if it's value, if it's financial abundance, whatever it is, then you're going to micro moment clock every single way throughout the day, today and the rest of the days to come, on how that's around you and how you're already experiencing that feeling. You're going to train your brain to start to feel that feeling and look for that feeling. Homework part 2 is you're going to find one reflection that's going on in your life. So if you're finding a common pattern, or you always feel like someone's being something, or what really triggers you about what people do, how do you feel like they're being? How do you feel like they're being? However you feel like you're being somewhere, a part of you somewhere in your life in some area. Okay? You're then going to look, where am I being this way toward myself? From there, you're going to then ask yourself, how emotionally can I shift this? How physically can I shift this? So maybe it's being non-committal. Maybe you're not, and this isn't you, I'm just using this as like a random example. Maybe someone's not committing to themselves financially, right? Where can you start? How can you first start to feel about finances? Maybe that money is abundant. What emotion do you need to shift around finances? And then what physical thing can you maybe shift around finances? And start to look at all the areas of life you're not committing to yourself, or whatever your reflection is. And that is your homework for today. And I'm going to ask tomorrow, so you better report back. Okay, let's go through like 1 or 2 questions. While I look through questions, this is obviously day 1 of the 5-day Free Get Unfucked workshop. If you like where this is coming from, if you want more, we have Unfuck Yourself Academy. Doors are opening on Sunday on day 5 of this workshop. You are getting this. If you think this is transformative, wait till you're in there and you have 24 weeks worth of modules on how to completely shift your life in there. All the details you need for it are linked in my Instagram bio, and or it's on my website. We'll also, if you're getting this recording in the email, we'll link it in the email. You can get all the details on it. And if you get on the wait list, you get on the wait list on the sales page. If you get on the wait list, you get $400 off the first 48 hours doors are open. Getting on the wait list doesn't commit you to anything. You just get to get in a little bit early, and you get 48 hours to get $400 off of the wait list. Okay. And in Unfuck Yourself Academy, so what I do in this 5-day free workshop is each day is each phase of the Unfuck Yourself Academy, but in the Unfuck Yourself Academy, you get like 4 to 5 modules of each phase. Here we only get 1 day of each phase because obviously it's just a 5-day workshop. Okay. On the topic of reflections and creating your reality, can you speak to any purpose or insight as to why horrible things happen to you? You make the decision to improve your life and shit hits the fan. Good. So when you make the decision to improve your life and shit hits the fan, this happens to every single person, including myself, every time. Because in order to quantum jump into a new reality, into a new quantum field possibility, the old stuff, the old emotions that created the old reality cannot come with. They have got to go. Why? Who remembers why? We can't create a new reality from the same frequency of emotion that we created the old one, right? So all of those emotions have got to go. They can't come with. So if you're asking and starting to align with bigger things, not bigger, with just more expansive things, tapping more into your soul potential, all the old feelings, emotions, limitations that kept you in that old reality need to be exposed. How do they get exposed? Through very intense emotions coming up so you can heal them. Through I've gotten evicted from apartments before. I've gotten my car towed twice in 1 week. I've gotten, actually all within the same 2 weeks, like evicted from apartment and car towed twice in 1 week because I was working on money beliefs. and I wanted to quantum leap my money beliefs into reality. They're like, okay, bitch, can you feel abundant with this going on? Right? So like it really strengthened my money beliefs and my relationship with money during that time. So things will go on to expose any stuck last minute feelings that are still in there that need to leave to get to the new level. So for example, on this, a year and a half ago, I was working through trusting people. I just didn't trust. I was like, I don't know if I trust people. And when you don't trust people, we think we're keeping ourselves safe, but we're actually not. We're just now manifesting people that we can't trust because we don't manifest what we want. We manifest how we feel. We don't manifest what we want. We manifest how we feel. So I was manifesting people and things that I couldn't trust. Like I manifested an employee who stole $8,000 from the business without me even knowing or realizing. I manifested someone really, really close to me, having this big lie to me, all of these things. But I didn't know that was going on because I wasn't a match for the truth. So I was being lied to and I didn't know I was being lied to because I didn't trust people. So I manifested not trustworthy people. I wasn't an energy match for the truth, okay? One day I decided, oh wait, I have this limiting belief that I don't trust people. Let me work on that. So I started going, oh my gosh, I trust this, I trust that, finding the micro moments. I trust here, I trusted the person, the barista not to kill me today. I trust in the coffee, I trust this, I trust that. I started then creating a new field, a new quantum field, and going into it. I was halfway there of a person the version of me who trusted. Then what happened is because I started trusting, I was a match for the truth and no one could no longer lie to me. So then it came out that someone was stealing money from my business. I found out. Then it came out my friend was lying to me. I found out. Feels like shit's hitting the fan, but these things are now blowing up because this energy has got to be exposed and healed and transmuted so we can fully go in to the next quantum field possibility. Make sense? So it's good. When shit will hit the fan and expose itself when we quantum leap because those old things that can't come with us. Okay, the veil gets lifted. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Chills every time. Good, thank you. Okay, can those same people who bring your trust become trustworthy people once you shift, or do those people just leave your life? Good, so one of two things happens once you shift the reflection. One, either those people will shift accordingly, just naturally on their own, you don't have to do anything. Or two, they will just, they'll just leave your life. Or you'll be in a neutral place where you end it very neutrally without feeling triggered. But if we leave a situation before we understand the reflection, or if we leave a situation, then try and go to the next situation without understanding the reflection will follow us. Okay, incredible, you guys. Reflection for fear of abandonment. You probably have had an experience in childhood where that caused that neural pathway to be built. And then as you got older, you kept feeding that neural pathway. So start to find ways where you are your own home and you feel safe within yourself. And what's the opposite of abandonment? Maybe committed. How can you be committing to yourself and giving all those feelings to yourself? Okay, amazing job today, you guys, and great questions. Bring your questions back tomorrow. We can't get to all of them today, but this video will be in your email. Oh, another thing that's really important. If you are signed up for the Get Unfucked workshop that's free that we're doing right now, this video is going to be in your email, okay? If you are not, and if you just found us here on Instagram today, welcome, hey, come on in. If you want this recording and the recordings from all 5 other days and lifetime access to your student portal with these recordings, you've got to get signed up for the free workshop. You can sign up with the link in my bio, okay? And then remember, Unfuck Yourself Academy, which is 24 weeks of this work, opens on Sunday. And if you are on the wait list, you can get on the wait list on my sales page, that Unfuck Yourself Academy sales page, also linked in my bio. We'll link it in the email as well. You get a special code for $400 off the first 48 hours that doors are open. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow for day 2. We're doing a complete self-image and self-love healing and having a discussion on it and what it all means. Okay, I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. What an honor. I'm getting chilled. What a fucking honor to be here with everyone today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for bringing your beautiful energy. It's an honor to share a fucking room with you, a space with you. And I am insanely grateful for every single beautiful, beautiful soul in here. And I'm so fucking excited for you. Like this work isn't easy. This work isn't for the weak. So incredible job on doing it for yourself. Mwah.